You'll grab your block and we'll start with the right side. So bring your right side down onto this block. Thinking about using this kind of front edge of the block to land right in the space underneath the armpit. So you'll lower yourself down. You can have the legs in whatever feels supportive to you. I kind of like them together, but you might stagger them if that feels more supportive. I like to use this bottom hand to hold my head up, just so I can soften the neck and the shoulder on this right side, and really let myself sink down into the block. Take a moment here just to feel the body beginning to soften over this block. And just know we have several different muscles that we could be targeting here, just depending on where this block has landed for you. A lot of these muscles just underneath the shoulder blade help to support this interior or front of the shoulder, providing some stabilization and support. So take a few more full breaths. Try to relax as much of the body as possible, especially the space right underneath the block where that rib cage is. See if you can let it soften down towards the earth. Now, if you'd like to find a little bit more sensation here, you might take a little lean back and a little rock forward. And you can keep that movement going. Or if you found a new interesting spot as you made that little bit of movement, maybe you pause, breathe into it. And like I said before, if this is ever too intense, you can always drape a towel or a blanket over this block for a little bit more support. Just let your breath stay really full and gentle. Whether you're in stillness or finding those little movements, notice if you feel any referral. So does that sensation stay local to where this block is pressing? Or do you feel it travel maybe to like the front of the shoulder, down the arm? Might even feel it up into the neck or the head. Just being open to feeling into these sensations. Take this a few more breaths. The body soften. One more inhale here. A big exhale. Use your hands to help support you as you rise. If your block was on its medium height, you can lower it down to its lowest height. We'll now switch to the right pec area using one of our myofascial balls. So this exact area that you're working is underneath the collarbone. It's to the right of your sternum, so upper right chest, and inside the front of the shoulder. So you really have this whole like broad space to work in. Let's start in that very center point. So not too close to the shoulder, not too close to the sternum, kind of right in the middle. That's where you're aiming for your ball to land. You've got your block here at the top of your mat. I like to kind of kitty corner mine so that I can make room for my head to rest outside of that block. You'll find what works for you, but you'll set your ball right on the block and gently turn yourself to face your block and lower down, aiming for that center point with the ball. It takes a moment to get adjusted here so you can pull that block into the place where it feels right. I feel like this angle is not great for you to see me, but essentially I'm just kind of hugging this block in with my right arm. Now, if you want to invite a little bit more softness here, you might take that left hand and hold your head up, like a little bit of support. And just take a moment to feel the body soften down over the ball. You might feel like as you breathe in, your body kind of pushes down into the ball. And as you breathe out, your body melts a little bit more heavily toward the earth and the ball. Take a few moments here just to allow the body to adapt. Notice where you feel sensation. Is it local or is it traveling? You have the option to stay in stillness, this nice compression here, all in one spot. Or if you'd like to add a little bit of shearing, lift that arm up and take it like a snow angel shape. So you're pulling that elbow down toward your ribs and then reaching it back toward your head. And taking that a few times, just kind of feeling the movement of these different layers of tissue, fascia, and muscle gliding over each other. Keeping the breath full here. If it ever feels like the breath is constricted or difficult to get that really full breath, you might be going a little bit too intensely, so you might soften that in some way. Let's take just a few more moments right in this same spot. Maybe you pause, find a little stillness. Now you have the option to roll that ball to a new spot. So I'm going to go a little bit closer toward the inside of my shoulder. So maybe like an inch, maybe a little bit less toward the outer edge of my body. And again, sinking down here. Letting the body get as soft as possible. Maybe you invite that movement. And sometimes you can feel like you're going over bumpy ridges. And that's just different parts of the muscle or bundles of muscle that you're traveling over. Tension in this area can sometimes lead to pain down the arm and into the wrist. So maybe you notice sensation referring there. Take this a few more moments. Maybe that arm softens back to the ground. Get a few more full breaths. And slowly bring yourself back upright. Take a moment to find a seat. You might shake out the arms. Maybe reach the arms high to the sky and back down. You can notice if that right side feels like it moves a little bit more fluidly. Does it feel lighter? Might take the arms in front and then open up. Just feeling into this new space that you've created. And we'll take this on side two. So you'll grab your block, setting it on the height that you like. I like the medium height for this. And then you'll turn to your left side. Lower yourself down, draping that left arm over the block and aiming for that front edge of the block to land somewhere underneath the armpit. And then you just support your head in whatever way works for you. Legs staggered or stacked. And let the body soften. Think about this space of the rib cage almost hammocking down here. Like it gets really heavy. The only things supporting you are the block, the earth beneath you, and maybe this hand holding up the head. Might soften the jaw, the face. Feel your breath fill this space, this left side of your rib cage. You can stay in that stillness or take a little rock and front to back. Notice how it feels. Maybe how it compares to side one. If there are any new interesting points for you. By interesting, I mean maybe tender. Maybe you pause there, breathe into it, let everything get heavy. We'll take a few more breaths here. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Using your hands to support you, you'll come back upright. Drop your block to its lowest height. And grab one of your balls again. Now working that left pec space, so under the collarbone, working for that kind of middle space of the upper chest. I'm gonna go back to face this way just so you can see this side. Your block might be a little kitty cornered there, ball on the block, and you lower yourself down. You might be hugging that block in with the left arm. And work to find that place where the ball is pressing into the upper chest. Maybe it feels tender here. So you soften your body. You can support the head with your hand. And let your breath do the work for you to start. So it's that inhale that pushes your body away from the block, from the ball, from the earth. And your exhale that softens you down, almost like you could melt right over the props. We've got a few more full cycles of breath. Really extending out the exhales. Helps you drop into that parasympathetic state. When we work from that place, you can find changes in the body, so in the fascia, in the muscles, a little bit more quickly. You can decide to stay here in stillness, or maybe you're taking that snow angel shape with the arm. Just feeling into the texture, noticing the sensations. Breath stays steady. And then, of course, if you find a new area to work into, a new tender point, you could pause. You always have that option. Let's take a few final breaths in this first point here. Let your body get heavy. You have the option to roll to a new point. So maybe it's a little bit more out to the side, just inside the shoulder. Maybe it's closer to the sternum. It's your choice. But I like this spot just inside of the shoulder. Working this space can be really helpful for front of shoulder pain, chest pain, even tightness in the sides in front of the neck. Take a moment to soften down into this new point. Maybe you're adding some movement. I find that especially with this point right inside the front of the shoulder, there's a lot more of that bumpy quality, moving over different bundles of muscle. And you might notice that, you might not. Let's take a few more moments here. Maybe you soften back into stillness. One more round of breath. And then slowly bring yourself back upright. You can take another moment to find the movements here that feel good. Maybe reaching the arms up and down, or front and back. Just noticing that new sensation on the left